What is up, team? Chuck with Traders War Room, and I'm back at you with another video. Guys, this is your Tweaky Tuesday video, and I got a fantastic one for you. But what I need you to do right now is I need you to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and I need you to come along with me on the journey, guys. And hey, in the description, I got tons of links to products and services that Traders War Room has. They're all designed to make you a better, a more profitable, and just overall, we want to be better prepared today than we were yesterday. And that's the whole idea. So check those links out, man. I got things that go to all sorts of different things. So please check those out when you get an opportunity. I want to draw your attention real quick before we get started. You should be on this screen over here, guys. This is our storefront. We get a lot of questions about, how do I get into Traders War Room Premium? How do I get the alerts? You have multiple platforms. What's going on with that? And guys, I want to just explain it to you. Okay, Upgrade Chat. It is our home. You can also go to our Discord landing page, and we have all of our links there. But this is our housing unit for our premium platform where you can get all of our trade alerts. And basically, we have four different platforms. We have the penny stock alerts on Telegram. We have a text message platform. And then we have three tiers for the Discord. Okay. We have your basic, we have your pro membership, and we have your elite. Okay. Three different tiers so that we truly can provide something for everyone, every style and every type of budget. And then we have your instant message again on the Telegram platform. Some people like that. Also, we got a lot of international friends that enjoy trading the equity market and the Forex market and the crypto market, but they can't hop onto Discord and things of that nature. So we do Telegram as well for international people. But you can go to upgradechat.com/TWR. The links are in the description. Check it out. And while you're there, go ahead and check out our website because our website has everything just like that, except it has more. You can go and find out about us from our humble beginnings, how we came to be Traders War Room, classes, our trading platforms. You can go ahead and schedule and book one-on-one mentoring, and then you can check out our trading university, which is a fantastic thing if you're serious about trading and investing and you really want to do deep diving and truly become that next level investor and trader. The TWR University is the way to go, man, because we update the content. It's not just some BS classes that are 3 years old and stuff like that. Every quarter we go back in, we review the content, we make sure it's relevant. And once you become an alumni of TWR, you're in there for life. Okay. So you purchase a university course. Every update from here on until the internet crashes or TWR is no longer, you're going to get updates to that particular course and the future and past memberships. You can all network and everything. It's just a fantastic community over there. So definitely go check it out. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead. Enough of the promotions. We want to talk about stocks. We want to look at some charts. Today is Tuesday. It's Tweaky Tuesday, and the focus is chart heavy focus. We're going to talk about the big boys, and then we're going to get into some penny stocks because I want people to go out there and I want them to make some money. And as always, if you're ready, follow me and let's go to war. Let's get it right now. So here we go. All right. Over here, you're noticing we got a basic scan. We're going to just kind of go through some of these that had some decent things. Right now, I did a scan of everything kind of above 5 billion market cap that has high volume and did decently on some earnings. So not earnings, but decently on some price action here recently. So we're going to go ahead and start at General Mills or GM. Sorry. And we noticed that they popped on their earnings, and then we kind of got a nice little um, uh, triangle that's forming. Now, when we see these, okay, we want to take note of these. That's why we're using the 1 hour chart here. I want you guys to take note of this. We don't do our patterns based off of the wiki wicks here, okay? We want to come down a little bit. We want more closer to the price action. We can go off of the wicks, but we want to come back to where it's a little bit closer to the meat and potatoes of the price action. We're going to draw down, and then we're going to again come here, again, price action. We're going to come here. And then what you see is that we got a nice little pennant forming. So anytime you get a pennant, basically you get a long post, and now you got a triangle that's starting to form, and you got broadening from wide coming in tight. It's going to come to a decision point. So this is going to make a decision. We're either going to get the push and a boost up to go re-attack the previous high, or we're going to fail and reject and come back down and give some of this up that we had. So what we can do is we can easily just put triggers right here at the top and the bottom of our box. And those are our triggers. We break this on a 15-minute chart. We go ahead and we go long. All right. It's a good idea to go ahead and go long. We're thinking, maybe $1, $2 move. We buy some time. We go long shares, so on and so forth. We break down here. We start to go short on the stock and we expect to move, maybe not all the way back down to this line, but we give up about 50% to go retest some of these previous levels that we have. Okay. So that's basically how we do it anytime you see these pennants forming. Cisco, they had a decent little thing. I'm not too familiar with this one. I'm familiar with the other Cisco, but they look like they're popping and locking. Corning, decent. Cleveland Cliffs. NPC, we talked about this one, the marathon. We talked about the oil in the Sunday video. If you guys paid attention to that Sunday video, you guys were already prepared for the oil stocks going into this week. And these absolutely did not underperform, man. They did exactly what we thought they were going to do. So congratulations, paying attention to the Sunday motivator, getting ready for those oil stocks. Absolutely killing it. Financials have been doing okay as well. Citibank definitely getting a little bit of love here. I would think if the market stays bullish, we should probably see a little bit more of a pop. You did see a little bit of a sell-off, a little knee-jerk reaction, but it popped right back up and kind of consolidated. So if we can stay bullish, I think there's no reason why we can't continue this ascent, because we came out of a long consolidation period, a nice little pop. We probably got a nice little another leg to the upside before we start seeing some consolidation. DHR popped up pretty decent. I'd be more afraid of selling pressure on this particular one coming down. This one has been struggling. And as you can see over here, the volume profile, a lot of the volume is towards the lower end. So this popped on smaller volume. Basically, people weren't selling, but there wasn't much, buying pressure as well compared to what it is down here. So I do think that we get a little bit of a selling pressure. People will start taking some profits off the table, and we can lose some of the steam that we have on this particular one. Flex. Looks like a decent, this one looks like a decent one to go ahead and go shares long if you're into shares. I wouldn't go ahead and get into derivatives. We don't have a breakout or anything right now. We need a significant breakout with some confirmed volume to show us that we're going to actually come back and reattack some of this gap that we lost. But right now, shares, yeah, shares, accumulation, some shares long, because we've been consolidating this range for a minute. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Go ahead. And what you can do is then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and put a rectangle around this. And why do I show you guys this? Well, I want you guys to be able to do this on your own, Um, I want you to follow the videos and get the mentoring, but I also, when you guys are looking at this, I want you guys to be able to do this on your own. The shapes and patterns, rectangles are some of the easiest things to get as beginners. And then you can get more advanced with your pattern recognition and stuff like this. But what we're doing is we're looking for the break. So we get a break, and then we kind of go from the range here to here. We kind of come up a little bit, put a line there, right? About the same, all right? And then what we do is we come 50% inside of that. All right, this line here, we're going to color that orange just to keep it different. So what we're looking for is we're looking for a break here, a test of here, and we want to go ahead and close inside of this. And now we're thinking long to go ahead and reattack this gap, all right? If we can't go ahead and close inside on the upper part of this, we're going to go ahead and think short and back to retest inside of the range to see if we're truly ready to break out. So we break out of here, we pop up into this zone, we close above this zone, we're thinking long, boom, we're going to go ahead and swing and expect kind of a push into the gap zone here. All right, so that's one of the areas that we're looking at for this particular trade. Bank of America, we talked about this multiple times. Definitely a good long entry, and leaps were suggested back here on Bank of America, leaps out into 2025, 2026. So you guys are probably banking pretty decently off of this $3 to $4 move there. SMCI, let's talk about it. So this was a decent one. Came out of this consolidation zone, popped extremely hard. All right. Now, this was one of those that people were shorting it pretty decently because it had this pop and then it kept going up for a couple of days. So in this consolidation zone here, people were actually, there was a lot of actually short volume on this one. And these shorts just absolutely got smoked. And that's probably what you saw with a little bit of this pressure here was people getting smoked on the shorts and them selling out. And then you started seeing kind of the rush come in here. Now, we're starting to sell off a little bit. I do think that we probably come back down to retest this previous consolidation zone. We're selling off pretty decently. We got the H going on. Typically off of this, we usually will get a little bit of a bounce play and then we'll continue to a flush to the downside. So I do think somewhere in this zone here is where we're probably looking for a retest. That would put us, what are we at now? 509, 500. So that'd put us, about between 5 and 480 for a retest of this area. So it could give you a decent little opportunity for a short. If we go ahead and go to options, see what we got. We're going to give ourselves some time. Puts. Where's the volume at? Volume. You can see there's some decent volume on these. People are going way out the money though. I don't suggest going way out the money on some of these you can because the implied volatility is juiced up. As you can see, the implied volatility is above 50 on these, so you can definitely make your money with the push. But I just get leery of all these way out of the money trades that people are just going to get smoked on, especially if it doesn't move in the direction. But I wouldn't mind. This would be a big boy trade right here, but I wouldn't mind this one for a potential trade. If we were going to do a little bit less of a trade, I would say we wouldn't go any further than this 450. Any further out the money, I just would be way too cautious. It does have some volume and stuff, but I can't even suggest this 450. If I was going to suggest the short on this one, I'd have to go with 480 as the one that I would go for. And you got to spend some money on it. But all you need is one. All you need is one, and that could be the payday right there. But VRT, Stella. And you guys don't want to see this stuff, man. I know what you guys want to see. You want to talk about Google. You want to talk about Google. All right. This is what you want to talk about. What the heck happened, right? That's what you're thinking. Well, look at Google. I mean, what do you expect when you had this? Look at this. We talked about this, right? Remember, we talked about this. We gave out these patterns. Anytime you had this, boom, right? What happened? Bam, boom, bam, right? Another ascent. But this one comes off of, some poor, they had some revenue beats and stuff like that, but there was some poor guidance with some of their numbers and stuff like that. So anytime you're going to get, I mean, I don't know how can I describe this? So a lot of these bigger tech things, the past 2 quarters, right? All right. Artificial intelligence. So let's look at another one. You can see this one, okay? I'll show you another one too. Artificial intelligence. Microsoft is another one too, right? Okay. Artificial intelligence. Look at that. Look at that huge range. Look at that. 416 all the way down to 396. Wow. Artificial intelligence. The past 2 quarters, basically stating that you had some AI type of connection, got you a plus in the market, right? Well, what investors are looking for now, when we talk investors, we're not talking you and me. We're not talking retails, okay? We're talking big money institution investors, the big boys with the millions and billion-dollar trades. All right. What they're looking for is they're looking for that proof in the pudding. All right. So your earnings comes out. You spend all this money in artificial intelligence. You have all of this projection for the future. Do your earnings now show a path to profitability and revenue and being able to monetize that artificial intelligence? Can you get that? Can you show me that? And what do the numbers tell me right now? That's what I'm looking for. All right. Ultimately, all it does is just pushes the stock back down into a relatively neutral area where it probably belongs anyways, because it's not as inflated with the artificial intelligence boom, and it gives investors more cause to go ahead and buy in shares at that particular price and just ride it up. So Microsoft, lost quite a bit. Got a feeling we'll probably get some downtrending pressure coming. Apple, seen a lot of downtrending on Apple as well. Now, Apple is a different case, though. I want you to look at the difference here. All right. Going into earnings, Microsoft, boom, 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 boom. Earnings, bang. Right. Okay. Google, boom, 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 boom. Earnings, bang. All right. Apple, right? Boom, but it's been getting banged, 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 right? Now, this gives us an interesting perspective. Okay. We know that their earnings are going to be poor. They're not going to show, they're going to show decline and so on and so forth and stuff like this. But this sell-off here gives an opportunity for potential buying. And I got a feeling we'll probably get some more selling pressure tomorrow, like maybe another leg down to come into this range over here, right? So would that be a price where people missed the boat over here? They said, you know what? Apple's too rich over here. I'm not doing it. They might have missed this because they were invested in NVDA or they were invested in Microsoft or something else, right? So they missed this and it popped up again and they said, I have to wait. But it gets a little bit lesser and they decide to go ahead and go in and we can start popping up and hit that 200. I don't know. It might be worth the gamble to go ahead and go on the lotto on this one. But regardless, shares long, Apple, never a bad idea. It's one of those you own it. You can trade it, but you go with the trend usually when you trade it. Amazon got baked as well. So let me ask you a question. Any of you in the live chat, anything like that? If Google, right? Hang on. So put a comment in the chat or the social media or something. So if Google, Tesla actually did okay today. If Google and Meta and Microsoft and Apple and Amazon, right, all be sucking. Hang on, how to AMD too? AMD, right? AMD all be sucking. What do we think SPY and the Q is going to be at tomorrow? I'm leaving that up to you guys. I'd like to see your guys' thoughts and predictions on that. So here's the Q. Here's how we close. Oh, it's a video I did the other night. Here's how we close. We're still in that range, right? Still in that box. Are we going to be able to hold this level? Or are we going to retrace back to this previous? It's a question. I mean, those are some big market cap, specifically with the Q. We've seen the S&P rise to the occasion through without some of the big boys because it can spread the love through the 495 other stocks, right? But the Q, it's pretty heavy on these tech mega caps, man. The Q might be in some trouble. There's the SPY. See, the SPY popped up. Are we going to stay in supply? Or are we gonna stay in up here in the resistance zone? Or are we gonna come back into the support? I don't know. It'll be interesting. So that'll be one of those that we'll have to play. All right, let's look what we got for earnings. We just went over some of those. let's go over what do we got tomorrow? We got Boeing. All right, let's look at Boeing. All right, what we got with Boeing? So we got an inverted cup and we got the handle. All right, I'm gonna I'm gonna go off on a limb here, and just based off now, I want you guys to understand catalysts and news and earnings reports and things of those natures will trump technical analysis every single time. Okay. So we got this inverted cup. We have the handle, right? Look like kind of a sideways W too. Typically, based off of this pattern, what should happen? Well, we should get continuation, bearish continuation to the downside. All right. Because we came here, we rejected, right? We tested, we couldn't create the new higher area. We sold off again, and now we're back at this previous level, and you got triple bottom. Bam, right? So now we should, on the inverted cup and handle, we should fail to the downside. But I think Boeing's been punished enough from the institutional standpoint. I think Boeing's been punished enough from the institutional standpoint. Look here, this was like $260 not too long ago. What is this? That's like December 15th. All right. Fall from grace. Bam. All the BS associated with the news and the planes and all that stuff, right? Everything. I think we get some decent numbers, some decent guidance, and Boeing's going to come out being okay. And I think we're going to pop to the upside. So I'm going to go ahead and call it right now. And this is what the trade I'm going to look for tomorrow. And obviously, we'll know earnings that are in the morning. So we'll know. But I am looking for the 215 call right here. The 220 call got a lot more volume. We're looking out to February 16th. All right. I'm looking at the 215 or the 220 call. I'm going to get one of those. I'm going to load the boat on them if we get the trend we're looking for. If we get the decline, right, off of the earnings in the morning, we get the decline and it does push us back into the 190s, whatever like that. I'm going to look for it to stop and we're going to start looking for the support. And then I'm still going to go long on the trade and push out a little bit further than the 16th February, probably till the end of February, maybe in the beginning of March. But I'm going to go long on Boeing tomorrow. You guys heard it first right here. 215, 220 is my ideal target for Boeing. What else we got? QCOM. QCOM's after though. All right, this one's interesting. We popped, we dropped, right? If we can hold this level above our I would say this is kind of our battle zone-ish area, right? You can kind of inline it with this volume bar here. We can hold above this area here. We need to go long. We need to go long on it. Give ourselves some times with the 160 target. Okay. It's where we push out. Not too much volume. I bet everyone's on the February 16 one, aren't they? Yeah. That's where the volume's at. But you know what? It's enough volume, especially if they get the push. But that's where we're looking at. Maybe the middle of March. How's the volume on the middle of March? Elevate a little bit more. Yeah, not bad. So we'd be looking at March or April or March or February, mid for our trade on QCOM. So if we can hold this area, we're going to go long. Look at 160 as a target on that one. Align, ALGN. All right. It's been holding this area. It's been holding it. I think we fail. I'm going to short it. And I'll tell you why. And this is just a hunch, right? And sometimes you just gotta call the hunches how you see them. This is without looking at the financials, without looking at the things, but me as a parent, right? And I don't think I'm abnormal. Money is tight all around, right? I have kids, they need braces, stuff like that, right? I'm not going to spend the money for the Invisalign for my kids. They're teenagers. I'm not going to do it because A, I don't trust that they'll actually wear them and I'll get my money's worth out of it. B, I don't trust that they're going to, not going to not lose them and stuff like that. So I think I'm normal. And if I was going to do braces, I'd go do the hard one and, do the change in the rubber band colors and all that crazy stuff like we did back in the day. And I don't think I'm abnormal. I'm not going to spend the money. I would do it for myself. But then again, right now, because money's tight, I wouldn't do it right now because there's not a surplus of money. I don't think I'm abnormal. I think that's a normal ideology right now. So I think Align is going to suffer on revenues. Their top and bottom margins, I think, are going to suffer. And I think they came here, they popped up a little bit, we're consolidating a little bit, and I think that we got a leg to the downside. I got a feeling that we're probably going to fail, and we're going to start looking at this lower half here. So I'm going to look for some pretty decent puts, putting this kind of a little further out. But I would be looking, what's our time frame here? Hang on. What's this? Boom. We got 12:14 to 2. So 12:14 to 2. So I want to go out to about a 45-degree angle. Oops. Right there. What does that put us? About 217, 220, 220, 220 would be about the area I would think that we'd be able to, and then that falls in line with the previous level of support, right? Right here, previous level of support where we're consolidated. So I don't think I'm abnormal. I could get smoked on this one. They could blow things out the water, wow, all that stuff. But man, I just don't think people are spending the money on those Invisalign and stuff like that. I just don't think people are doing it. All right. And we looked at the big boys. We'll cover those. We'll do a whole video tomorrow on Apple, Amazon, Meta, and stuff like that. So we're not going to cover those ones tonight. Um, let's go into some penny stocks. So let's do a basic screener, right? And I want to go ahead and come in here. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see what we got. All right. Changes high to low. All right. Caramax. Show. It's not bad. Let's go ahead and go in 3 months. 3 month, 2 hour. That's fine. That's fine. We can do that. 30 cents. CMAX. We could do that one. Sure, why not? ADAP. ADAP, hey, look at that one. That one's looking juicy. Looking like it wants to go attack those 90s. Make a break for it. into the dollars. Not bad. This one looks like it may want a leg to the upside. You got a nice jump with a decent pullback. It's holding the shelf. QBTS. I can see the case for the move higher to go retest some of these areas up here. Rent's been super strong here lately. It's been holding its ground in this range. I like to push on rent from here. I think if you went ahead and grabbed in some rent at 64 cents, I think you'd be able to hold out. If you gave yourself enough time and just stayed patient, you'd be able to hold out for a dollar plus on rent. AKTS. This one looks like it's a failing to the upside. I got a feeling we're going to fail, pop a little bit, and then drop some more. This one, unless you can short the stock, I would stay away from AKTS. SGMO, another one. That's all over the place, man. It looks like a failing stock as well. I don't think we got much unless some sort of news catalyst comes through and pushes this up. It looks like we're just chopping away, looking for a reason to drag ourselves down. Dare, we're in Dare on the 2024 portfolio on the Discord, and we've been in this range for a minute. Okay, so we're just holding Dare. We're chopping in this range for a minute. We're looking for the every time it comes down here, it pushes back up. We're looking for a break. What Dare needs is it needs some sort of catalyst event. It has some stuff coming up later into the mid-year. And so it's pretty much what's just happened. It's just going to chop away until the news catalyst pops up. Goss, yeah. NKTR, yeah. LAP, looks like this one's failing. DNMR, failing. OPK, this one's interesting. Might be able to get a nice little push. We're consolidating on an upswing. Typically, if it gets some sort of catalyst behind it, this thing likes to move quick. It's been a penny stock darling for a minute. So keep your eye on OPK. OPK. KZR. This one chops all over the place. Yeah. Eh. CYBN. We've been liking this one. This one's a pretty decent one as well. I'd be watching this one as well. GEVO, slide down. Looks like we're on an upswing. We need to hold these levels. It's going to retest over here. If we can hold this level, we can get the break to the upside. If not, we're going to fail back down. SENS, you're starting to see this trend again. We're looking to break up here. If we break this area, we got a nice potential move from here to here, which could give us a decent little, 10 to 15 cent move on that one. CDTX, eh. Tel's interesting. This used to be a day trading darling as well. And some sort of energy stock. I think it's like an Israeli energy stock or something like that. Um, but it's been failing pretty bad here lately. Got a feeling they're probably going to get some sort of notice with them. What were they at with the Nasdaq or with whatever their hosting unit is, telling them they need to get back above a dollar. So once we start to see that type of news buzzing around, then we probably go long on this one because it typically gets a lot of bullish sentiment anytime it gets some sort of, you got to get above a dollar, otherwise we're going to shut you down type of news. Hook, look like we're failing. Want to go recover this thing. We got some volume up here at the top though, but you can see you got a bunch of bag holders. They probably rode this bull and then just sold off. Bam, bam. Caught him. Yeah. These weed stocks, guys. All you potheads, man. Y'all sucking right now. Man, these weed stocks ain't doing nothing. GOEV. Hey, those EV stocks ain't doing shit either. I feel you. KPTI. This one's interesting. Look at this. We got some higher levels here. We're elevated. Yeah, I like this potential push to the upside. KPTI. Put that one. Workhorse got some bullish news earlier today. Look for a potential push on this particular one. We got, it's kind of step laddering down, but if we can find support here, we can easily make the push back up into this territory. Fisker, look like we're starting to get the remnants of a inverted cup and handle. All right. And that's about it, man. Let's go ahead and look at some of the indexes, and then we'll call it a night. SPY, we covered this already. I'll give you my prediction on SPY. I think all of those earnings coming in short. I think SPY is going to dump down. I think we're going to retest this 485 area, and I think potentially that would be the difference between whether we hold the line or we start to retrace into a correction zone. All right. Q, I'm looking for shorts on Q. I think we fail this area and we start to retrace, maybe not all this, but about half of this. So I'll be looking at about going down to about 417, 415 on Q. Now, FOMC could change all this. Okay, we got a huge catalyst event tomorrow, so FOMC could change all this. But if we don't get the dovish JP, market's gonna tank, man. IWM, hang. IWM, I've been wanting this to pop. I still think it has potential for that push above 200 if the market stays strong. If the market can't stay, hey, Willow, what are you doing? Sorry, my dog Willow. What are you doing? So if the market doesn't stay strong, we're gonna fail on this one. If the market stays strong, we're gonna hit above 200. So we're gonna go ahead and just everything kind of relies on what happens with FOMC. But I think we're gonna get some bad news. I think we're gonna get some bad news. I think we're gonna get correction. I just got the feeling. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to be a bear, but I just got the feeling we're going to get. And it's not like we'll be in bearish territory forever. It's not going to be the market crash, but I think a correction for sure. Just looking at the stuff. All right. That's what I got for you guys. Hope you got something out of this, some value, some worth, something out of this. And you know, let's go out there and make some money tomorrow. Hopefully, you guys, I see some new faces on the TWR platform. We got over 30 analysts, hundreds of algo signals, live trading every day. We got the resources. I got the private chat rooms with professional traders. They're monitoring and mentoring all the time. So hopefully, come check it out. We offer a 3-day trial for the elite package. So if you're a new member and you just want to check things out, we got a free no payment trial. You can come check it out, see what it's about. So links are in the description. All right. Other than that, guys, have a great evening. See you guys when that market bell rings. And as always, you're ready. Follow me. Let's go to war. Later. Let's go out there and make some money.